it's Chloe and we're back with another video. The Never Ever Met season 1 episode 5. Y'all just accept that the show is foolish, okay? It's foolish and we're gonna continue to get nothing but foolishness, okay? But I'm here for it because as a content creator, if the show's not giving me anything to talk about, then we have nothing to talk about. But since this show is the show that keeps on giving, baby, we got some things to get into. But before we do, I need you guys to do me a favor. If this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If y'all one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Don't mind my baby in the background because I think he's playing with his father and he's having a good time, so that's why he's loud, okay? But let's just go ahead and get into this review. Sienna says that she feels free that Brandon doesn't want to continue a romantic relationship with her. Girl, did you want to continue on with him? Absolutely not. You just wanted him to say it first so that you could use him as a scapegoat. It just is what it is. So stop lying to us like it was all him. Girl, it was definitely you. You started it. He ended. Point blank, period. Taronda comes over because she needs to go talk to them and let them know it's time to pack it on up. It's time for you and Brandon to go home because if y'all don't want to be in a romantic relationship, it's no point in y'all being here. And I totally agree. So now we are down to 5 couples out of 7. 2 are up out of here. I'm just curious, how many are going to make it to the end? Of course, the energy in the house is still off. Diamond's still upset that no one stood up, okay, and said how they really felt when she was calling everybody to the mat. Everybody's fake. Everybody's phony, all right? So Aaron, the preacher's kid, decided that he's going to go talk to her and ask her what's going on. And she's like, you're fake. And now he feels like he needs to prove himself because he has to show her that he's not fake. So he goes into the kitchen amongst the other couples, points at Jody and says, I don't like you. Everyone else is cool, but I don't like you and you're full of ish. First of all, let me say this. Uneffing necessary. There was no point, no purpose, no reason whatsoever for you to go in there and do that. You wanted to beat your chest in a moment that did not call for it was absolutely a ass move. You were disrespectful to that girl for no reason. She said nothing to you, did nothing to you, and you wanted to go in there and do all of that for what? To prove to Diamond that you could argue with a woman? To prove to Diamond that you're going to have her back? And Diamond just sitting there eating up really bothered me. It made my stomach boil because it's like, this the kind of man you want? One that's just going to be confrontational for no reason. Now, Diamond, I was on your side, sis, when you confronted Chris and you said what you said in that kitchen because he definitely was being passive aggressive. That was the time for everyone to beat their chest, Aaron. Not once everything done calmed down and everybody trying to move on and have a good day, you decide you want to go buck up and have her back all of a sudden. I'm so happy that Aaron actually stood up for Jody in that moment because that's what he was supposed to do. The same way you should have done that for Diamond in the moment and not the next day is what Aaron did. Stood up for her in that moment. So whether they are in a real relationship or not, he still comes off as more of a man than you. And for you to be like, I'm 51 and I'm telling you now, this is not going to work. Go ahead and take my number and call me when a relationship is over. So to tell me I was right. Sir, respectfully, shut the F up. Shut the F up. You might be right about the relationship not working. I give you that. But no one asked you absolutely nothing. You are a grown-ass man up here acting like a child. Oh, I was so disgusted. Uneffing necessary. Now, I'm not saying don't defend your woman, but make it make sense when you do it. In the midst of all this, Chris decides that he's going to get up and tell, I just want to let everybody know that I never talked about you, Jody. Not me. Everybody else could have, but it wasn't me. And I'm like, this is just proving the point that you and Daggone Jody are a little too close for comfort. Okay? And then to be pointing your fingers, Millie, snap. Okay? Because who you pointing fingers at? Who you talking about? You sitting here talking about she's your favorite person in the house. Like you don't got a whole woman sitting right here. You with her more than you with your woman. I said, oh, now you want to speak up, Millie. When Diamond was calling all y'all to the mat the other night, nobody had nothing to say. But now since we talking about it again, I'm not mad at it. Because it fit the moment. It fit the moment, Aaron, the preacher's kid who can't read the freaking room. But Chris, you're manipulative, because then you go out and you pull Sienna to the side and you tell her, it's us. We got to focus on us. I'm going to have your back. You're going to have my back. We're going to stand beside each other. Manipulating this girl all while telling her that Jody's your favorite. What kind of foolishness is this? So you got Aaron up there bucking so he can make it to the boom boom room to do what? Suck toes? What you trying to go to the boom boom room to do? Because last time I checked, y'all wasn't doing anything, but you just so happy y'all about to get there, huh? Okay, let me mind my business. You got daggone Chris out there manipulating Sienna. It's us against the world. It's us against the world. But Jody, she's my favorite. What is happening in this house? Millie done had a whole freaking meltdown. And I'm just sitting here like, child, this is my type of entertainment. So they going on this field trip that Rhonda set up for them. And when they get there, there is whips and feathers and all types of stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, now I'm intrigued, okay? Jody tells us that she's a sexologist, okay? So this is definitely up her lane. But then she tells us that she was taken advantage of when she was younger, okay? And so it ruined her relationship with sex, but she's done the work to turn that relationship around. And I'm happy that she took that control back, because it wasn't fair to get it taken away from her. So I started to think maybe I'm reading this whole Jody and Aaron thing wrong, because it seems as though because of her being violated when she was younger, that may be why she stays distant, because she doesn't want to get too close because of the relationship that she says she's worked through when it comes to sex. I'm just wondering if I'm reading the chemistry wrong, and that's probably why she seems so detached and disconnected, and it really doesn't have anything to do with Aaron. It's probably a self thing. I don't know. Aaron says he knows about it, so now I understand why he probably doesn't push the issue, because it doesn't bother him as much. I do think it's starting to bother him once he realized that he doesn't do it for her lady parts, okay? Her lady parts are not tingling for him, because doing this exercise where they have to tie each other up, I realized that Greg was tied up and Aaron the rapper was tied up, and I think that has something to do with the lady's past trauma, which is why they don't want to be in bondage, because then they lose control. I can get that. But then you have Aaron the preacher's kid over there tied up, because we already know that Diamond wears the pants in that relationship, and what she says goes. If I say jump, go jump. If I say have my back, go yell at that woman for me. That type of energy, okay? I paid attention and I realized that's what it was giving to me in the room. Okay, the exercise itself, I really enjoyed. Okay, I'm all for this type of intimacy. I think even unwrapping the bondage was very sensual and sexual. And if you really got that chemistry with someone, and the touching and the feeling, like, oh, this is my type of exercise. Okay, this is my type of intimacy building. Okay, I think after this, I would have been like, let's go to the boom boom room. Okay, and that's why Aaron felt the way, because after Jody was just like, well, I guess we're done. Well, we did what we were supposed to do, so I guess it's just time to go. And he's starting to feel concerned, because maybe she's not attracted to him in that way. Are you telling us that you really want to swim in her ocean, Aaron? Because I, for one, didn't think that's where you was trying to go, but it seems like you want to get in there. Interesting. So once they get back to the house, Rhonda comes back, okay? And she got these nice boots on. I said, you better work, girl, work, okay? But anyway, she comes to get Chris and Sadia because she wants them to talk to the relationship expert, which I think was perfect for them, okay? So while they're talking to the expert, Sadia brings up, how he's flirty. He's physical with other people, and it makes her uncomfortable. He feels like he's being attacked when she brings this up to him, because that's not the case, okay? That's not what I'm doing, and you're taking that way. He says that she's over emotionally in her approach, and from what I saw, I don't feel like she's overly emotional. I feel like, if anything, looks like she's scared to even say anything. But because he knows that it's more to the story, he's gonna go ahead and try to put some of that blame on her. Because I don't for 1 minute not believe that Chris and Jody got something going on. Not for 1 minute, I don't believe it. Whatever something is something going on. But nonetheless, the expert tells him that just because it's not true doesn't mean you can't empathize with her. And you need to empathize and reassure her that that's not what's going on. And then I was like, I said this last week. Make your girl a relationship expert at this point, because baby, I was giving out this advice last week when I said that just because it's not true doesn't mean that you can't understand where she's coming from and sympathize and reassure. Okay, maybe I said sympathize and she said empathize, but either way, you need to do that, sir. But I was happy that Chris kind of said he had a good experience with the relationship expert and that it put things in perspective for him. I want to say I like it because they could work. But men like Chris are narcissists and manipulative, so, we just gotta, take it with a grain of salt when it comes to Chris. So meanwhile, Jody comes up with a game that she wants them all to play. And the game is she asks a question, you write the answer, and everyone guess whose answer it is, okay? And one of the questions was, what's something sexual that you would like to explore that you never had before? And one of the answers was orgies. So everybody's like, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Come to find out that Jody's the person that said that. And I'm just confused when it comes to Jody because Jody, a relationship with sex seems to be all over the place. She was it's like she was violated. She took back her control, but she still doesn't trust, and she has attachment issues. I just feel like it's a little bit more to it than just sex that she needs to deal with when it comes to healthy relationships, okay? Because she wants to try an orgy, and baby girl, that's a lot of people in one space for you not even want to be around the one that you got. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And the same way I'm confused is the same way that Aaron the rapper is confused because he's like, I don't really know where to start with her. Especially because of her boundaries. And I'm like, exactly. You were talking about orgies and you're talking about bondage and you're talking about, being a sexologist and all the things, but yet and still, I haven't really seen any of that sensual side of the sex part, even the flirtatious part. None of it seems to be coming to the light. So I think she might need a little bit more schooling or coaching to get through this. So Jody and Seda are sitting down talking, and it's basically Jody talking, and Sedea's having a conversation in her head saying, I don't care what you got to say, just stay away from my man. That's what it looked like Seda was thinking, okay? But Jody tells us that she's a man eater, meaning that she will have sex with a man, and then she throws him away, she ghosts him, and she doesn't talk to him anymore. And she doesn't want to do that with Aaron because I guess she really likes him. So this is what I mean by I'm confused. I think she may have conquered the sex part, but she definitely needs therapy for the attachment, trust, and detachment that she has, especially when it comes to men. She has no problem with what seems like the act of sex, but it's everything before and after that I think triggers her. I hope she gets the help that she needs because it's definitely something there that she needs to work through. I'm not no therapist, but I can see that it's something that's stopping her from really forming a healthy relationship. This may also be why she likes a man like Aaron because he seems more soft, more, in touch with his feminine side, and she doesn't feel threatened by him. Just my opinion. So Aaron, the preacher kid, invites his friend that he's been friends with for over 30 years to come meet Diamond. Okay, he tells him that he's ready to marry her at the end of this process. She's basically everything he thought she would be, okay? Because they've been in a relationship for 5 years, and I guess it's time. I would guess so too, but y'all don't really know each other the way y'all think y'all know each other, but that's none of my business, okay? So Diamond's sister comes to the house and comes to find out Diamond's sister and Aaron don't have a good relationship, okay? Diamond was like, he cried when he saw me. And she was like, girl, bye. Probably cried too when he was proposed to that girl that he posted on Facebook. Oops. Probably. Okay. And I can understand where she's coming from because, baby, we all felt the same way. Like, he did what, when, where, why, how? Like, we still haven't really got down to the bottom of it. It's like they bring it up, but like they never really get into it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But nonetheless, Aaron decides that he's going to bring his friend to meet Diamond. And Sis is in there going off about him, okay? And instantly they start arguing, okay? It's you're ugly, you look like an ass, okay? You're raggedy, children, all types of stuff. It was unbelievable. Now, I'm not going to be too upset with Aaron for coming back when she start talking about his kids because I get it. But baby, nonetheless, it's too much. It's too much. But this is what you want, Diamond, right? You want a man to jump into business and argue and defend you and all types of stuff, okay? You want a man who talks to women any old type of way because you encouraged it when it was Jody. So how do you feel now that it's your sister? I'm just curious. I don't like men who talk to women any old type of way. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying that his sister was right because she came in hot and heavy. But I can understand where she was coming from. And I wouldn't say that I wouldn't be upset and in my feelings if I was her sister too. Because what you're not about to do is play with my sister. So I get it. They both overstepped their boundaries. They both did too much. And at the end of the day, they both want to be in Diamond's life. They got to figure this out. One way or another. But I'm curious to see how this all ends because that's how the episode went off and we ain't really get down to the bottom of it yet. Anyway, y'all, that was the Never Ever Mets. And the foolishness continues. I'll talk to you guys next week. Let me know how you feel about everything down below in the comments. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know that you was here. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And I'll come back and talk to you guys later. Peace.